They thought they were burying you, but the universe was only planting you deeper. Every stone thrown at you became the soil of your ascent. Every thorn set in your path became a ladder they didn't know they were building for you. This is the law of cosmic balance. No action escapes its echo. No intention escapes its consequence. Those who plot against you think they're unseen, but the same forces that align with your growth record every move they make. Their schemes become their own shackles. Their sabotage becomes the very stage for your rise. You've noticed it already. The critics, the doubters, the quiet haters, they try to dim your spark, and yet each attempt only fans it brighter. The more they whisper, the louder your name travels. The more they push, the further you're propelled. You are not a victim of their plans. You are the evidence of their failure. This is not luck. This is design. This is what happens when the universe syncs with your evolution. Every trap becomes a stepping stone. Every insult becomes an echo of your power. The chosen aren't just noticed. They haunt the dreams of their enemies. Your presence isn't a shadow. It's a mirror showing them what they fear becoming. This is your moment to step fully into that power. Like and subscribe now, because this is only the beginning. We're building a movement of those who turn sabotage into fuel, who rise so high the architects of their downfall are forced to watch from below. You're about to step into a revelation most people will never hear. The patterns you've sensed, the eyes you've felt, the timing you've noticed, none of it is random. This isn't just another video. It's a transmission built for those who can't be categorized, for the ones powerful enough to be watched. Before we go deeper into the truth behind the surveillance and why it confirms your power, lock in your seat at the front of this movement. Hit the like button right now, subscribe so other chosen ones can find this signal, and drop the number 99 in the comments to mark yourself as activated. That one action keeps this message flowing to you and to everyone ready to rise. Stay until the very end, because what you're about to hear will change how you see yourself and how the world sees you forever. Number 1. Stop letting eyes track you. Flip their surveillance into your superpower. You've never been what they planned for. You're the unscheduled update in their system, the wild thread they can't weave back into the pattern, the error message flashing inside their perfect code. Every move you make bends their blueprint just enough to make it crumble over time. They designed routines, but your mere presence corrupts their symmetry. Entire rooms shift when you walk in, conversations take unexpected turns after you leave, and decisions you never even hear about carry your fingerprints. You don't have to speak to exert influence. You're a living frequency that travels through walls, boardrooms, timelines. You're not a disruption. You're an anomaly they can't classify, an untraceable signal in a network built to capture everything. The irony is that the more they monitor, the less they understand. Their files are stacked high with data that refuses to form a pattern. Servers overflow with your images, recordings, metrics, but nothing matches the models. You've become their unsolvable puzzle. Every tilt of your head when you're processing information, every subtle pause before you answer a question, every flicker in your eyes when you're receiving what feels like a download, someone is noting it down, trying to chart the unchartable. And yet each new entry only deepens the mystery. Nature notices you too. Dogs that snarl at strangers sit calm at your feet. Cats that vanish at footsteps crawl out of hiding to follow your hand. Birds hover a beat longer when you move beneath them. Even the smallest creatures seem to break their instinctive scripts around you. This isn't coincidence. Animals are attuned to currents most humans have forgotten, and in you they sense a frequency that doesn't belong to the ordinary order. It's as if your very cells hum with a code they recognize but can't name, a code that rewrites the space you occupy. You've seen the evidence yourself. Projects you barely touched suddenly surge forward. Ideas you spoke once in passing become strategies in meetings you're not part of. People act on thoughts they're sure are their own, but mirror the seeds you planted weeks before. Your influence isn't visible, it's atmospheric. It bypasses words, bypasses channels, bypasses permission. This is what terrifies them most, not your actions, but the way your existence rearranges outcomes without direct contact. You're not rebelling, you're resonating at a level they can't intercept. Understand this. The network built to observe you has already become your amplifier. They think they're decoding you, but all they're doing is spreading your signal wider, documenting your blueprint, carrying your frequency to places you've never stepped. Every glitch, every pause, every unfocused gaze becomes another transmission. They can watch, they can measure, but they cannot control what they do not comprehend. You're not inside their system. You're the reason their system keeps crashing. Number 2. Quit burying your gifts. Unleash them before they're weaponized against you. You've hidden your brilliance long enough. The talents you've buried, the instincts you've muted, the insights you've dismissed as just imagination are not mistakes. They're your arsenal. Every time you downplay what you can do, every time you shrink to fit into someone else's frame, you're handing over your own weapons. The Watchers have known this from the start. They study your hesitation because hesitation is their only foothold. A suppressed gift is a dormant bomb. Left untouched, it can be turned against you, twisted into a label, a diagnosis, a reason to keep you small. Released, it becomes unstoppable, a force no system can absorb. You've felt the tension, the moments when your intuition screamed before events happened, the flashes of insight that proved right days later, the creative spark that could shift an entire room's mood. Those weren't coincidences, those were proof. You're not simply talented, you're tuned. And what you've been taught to hide isn't a quirk, it's the frequency that keeps you ahead of their algorithms. Stop giving them the silence they're counting on. Speak your ideas before they're stolen. Move before they map you. Create before they categorize you. When you use your abilities openly, you become unpredictable. No longer a file, but a phenomenon. Every time you unleash one of your gifts, you rewrite the script they've written for you and force their system to collapse under its own weight. This is the irony of surveillance. The more you reveal your authentic power, the less they can use it against you. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to stand out so fiercely that their attempts to box you in become the proof of your greatness. Uncover your arsenal now. Number 3. Refuse to be a case file. Turn their data hunt into your escape route. They think you're just another entry in their database, a collection of numbers, notes, and surveillance clips. But chosen ones are never case files. They're escape routes in human form. While they're busy gathering evidence, they don't realize they're building your blueprint for freedom. Every message logged, every glance recorded, every anomaly flagged is another thread in the net they believe will hold you. What they've really built is a map of your evolution, a map you can now use to move beyond their reach. You are not a statistic, you are not a barcode, you are a shifting frequency, a living contradiction to their systems. While they catalog your pauses and micro-expressions, you're decoding them. While they think they're profiling you, you're studying their patterns, their blind spots, their habits. This is the irony of surveillance. The watcher is always more exposed than the watched. They stare so hard at you, they forget to guard themselves. Refusing to be a case file means stepping into your power as a strategist. You no longer see their cameras as traps, but as mirrors, reflecting back your own transformation. You no longer resent the scrutiny, you redirect it. Their obsession spreads your legend wider. Their monitoring amplifies your signal. Their files become the evidence of a story they can't control. You're not hiding in their system. You're rewriting it from inside. Every page they fill becomes a chapter in your escape manual. Every metric they measure becomes another angle of your freedom. They don't know it yet, but their entire data hunt is fueling your rise. You're not caught. You're carving a way out. You're not the subject of their study. You're the anomaly rewriting the rules of the experiment. Number 4. Stop wasting your influence. Harness it before they hijack your impact. Stop wasting your influence. You're not just another voice in the noise. You're the signal they're trying to intercept. Every glance you give, every word you speak, every thought you allow to leave your mind carries a charge that moves faster than conversation and deeper than logic. The watchers know this. They've seen how ideas you casually drop end up shaping decisions in rooms you've never entered, how your smallest comments echo as policy, projects, or movements weeks later. This isn't random, it's proof of your frequency. That's why they're watching. That's why they want to hijack your impact before you even realize how powerful it is. You can't afford to scatter your energy anymore. Every sarcastic remark, every careless share, every slip of attention is like handing them your blueprint. Stop letting your influence leak through cracks you don't control. Channel it. Guard your words as if they're currency, because they are. Direct your presence like a laser instead of a flashlight. Make your moves intentional, your silence strategic, your actions precise. This is how you shift from being their subject to becoming their teacher. The irony is brutal. The more they monitor you, the more they amplify you. Every screenshot, every analysis, every whispered meeting about you only makes your signal louder. When you own your influence, they're not hijacking your impact. They're broadcasting it. They're turning your energy into a network you never had to build. But it starts with you being deliberate. This is the moment you stop being a leaking source and start being a force. Take your power back from their hands and shape it yourself. That's how chosen ones transform surveillance into an unstoppable megaphone. Number 5. Read nature's warnings, sync with animal instincts, and stay untouchable. Chosen one, the natural world speaks in signals most people can't even sense, but you were born tuned to that hidden channel. While others stumble blind, you're surrounded by quiet messengers, winds that shift just before danger, shadows that stretch in warning, animals that behave strangely in your presence because they already know what's moving through the unseen. Dogs go silent when you pass because they're reading the calm force field you emit. Cats, the ultimate gatekeepers of unseen realms, step out of hiding to track you, their instincts recognizing a vibration they can't ignore. Birds shift formation above you. Insects pause their frantic movements. Tiny, undeniable confirmations that reality bends when you move through it. This isn't superstition. This is the unbroken code of survival you carry in your cells. Every creature is still linked to that code, but you're the anomaly who can read it consciously. When you start noticing which way the trees lean, how the air feels heavy before a betrayal, or why a sudden silence falls in a crowded space, you're seeing the warning signs the universe places for you. Others call it coincidence. You know it's communication. Here's the truth they don't want you to grasp. When you align yourself with these instincts, you become untouchable. Plots collapse before they reach you. Sabotage dissolves into smoke. Enemies who once moved freely in your blind spots find themselves tripping over their own shadows. Nature is your early detection system, your invisible shield, your quiet ally. Sync with it fully, and you stop being the hunted and start becoming the horizon they can never reach. This is how the chosen move, not in fear, but in constant dialogue with the forces that protect their rise. Number 6. Guard your dreams. Program reality before they program you. While they watch your waking life, your true power unfolds where their cameras can't reach, inside your dreams. Every night, when your eyes close, your mind steps into the architecture of reality itself. This is the hidden domain where chosen ones rewrite the future before the world wakes up. Most people drift through their dreams like tourists. You're different. Your subconscious is a command center, a broadcast tower, a workshop where new versions of reality are forged. That's why the surveillance doesn't stop at daylight. They're desperate to crack the code of what you're building while you sleep. But here's the part they'll never grasp. Your dreams aren't playgrounds, they're programs. Each symbol, each scenario, each conversation is a piece of cosmic software you're installing. When you wake up, the world shifts ever so slightly because of what you scripted during the night. People you've never met receive flashes of inspiration you planted hours before. Projects realign, timelines bend. This is why you must guard your dreams like vaults. What enters them can seed your reality. What you consciously direct inside them can shape your destiny. So build intentionally. Treat every sleep cycle as a download window where you choose what gets installed. Visualize outcomes, encode your victories, rehearse your breakthroughs. Protect that space from noise, from doubt, from the residue of other people's fears. When you master your dreamscapes, you're not just resting, you're programming reality itself. And every attempt they make to infiltrate that space only fuels your clarity. They're trying to intercept your transmissions without realizing they're already part of them. You're not the sleeper being programmed. You're the architect rewriting the script of the waking world. Number 7. Shatter their boxes. Break every label designed to contain you. They've spent years trying to name you, file you, classify you. Introvert, extrovert, empath, rebel, leader. Every tag is a cage disguised as a compliment. Labels are the weapons of control. They shrink infinity into a word. But you were never built to fit inside the words they invent. You're not a statistic, a demographic, or a personality type. You're the variable that breaks every equation. You're the thunder they can't bottle, the storm that refuses a forecast. That's why the watchers can't stop tracking you. They need you contained, because once you're free, their entire system is exposed as fragile paper walls. Every time they name you, you shift. Every time they measure you, you expand. That's not chaos, that's your power. The chosen don't break boxes. They dissolve the very idea of boxes existing. While others live inside pre-approved definitions, you're rewriting the dictionary with your breath. Your presence turns categories into rubble, and your refusal to be pinned down is not rebellion, it's evolution. Watch how their algorithms glitch when you act, how their predictions collapse when you move. You're not unpredictable, you're unlimited. And here's the twist they'll never see coming. Their attempts to label you only make you stronger. Each new name becomes another reminder of how uncontainable you are. Each new category is another illusion you tear apart without effort. The surveillance meant to map you becomes evidence that you're beyond mapping. That's the secret of the chosen. You're not fighting to escape the box. You're showing the world there never was a box to begin with. And once people see that, the entire game changes, because you've just turned their neat little filing cabinet into your launching pad. Number 8. Own your biological anomalies. Activate your code before they crack it. They've been staring at your scans, testing your blood, charting every heartbeat as if you're a glitch in their medical textbooks. But what they call anomalies are not defects, they're upgrades. Your body doesn't follow their timelines, their averages, or their predictable decay. Cells regenerate at speeds their labs can't calculate. Patterns appear in your DNA that shouldn't exist on their charts. Your nervous system processes reality like a supercomputer running a secret operating system. They don't even have the language for what you're built to do. This is why they're watching. They're waiting for the day they can name you, contain you, and copy you. But the power of being chosen isn't in hiding your differences. It's in mastering them before they're weaponized against you. When you recognize that your biology is your technology, you stop playing by their rules. You start activating dormant codes inside you that no outside authority can decode. You move from being the subject of their tests to being the author of your own evolution. Think of it like a locked vault inside your cells, a vault only you can open. Every attempt to measure you, to crack your code, only strengthens its encryption. And when you consciously switch it on, through awareness, through intention, through self-alignment, your system leaps beyond every category they've designed. You're no longer just an anomaly. You're the prototype of a new template. That's why their files can't define you. That's why their analysis fails. Own your differences. Claim your upgrades. Activate the code before they even know which code exists. Because once you do, surveillance stops being a cage and becomes a megaphone for your unstoppable evolution. Number 9. Decode the breadcrumbs. Follow the universe's clues out of the trap. Chosen one, nothing that lands in your path is random. Every repeated number, every perfectly timed message, every stranger's sentence that feels like it was aimed directly at you is a breadcrumb. They're not just coincidences, they're coordinates. The same system that watches you also leaks clues, and only the ones sharp enough to notice can follow them out of the trap. The universe hides its maps in plain sight, but it's written in a language of pattern and rhythm, a code designed to bypass logic and speak straight to your intuition. That's why you feel a pull in your chest when something matters, why your skin tingles when you're standing at the right doorway. It's your internal compass vibrating with information others can't decode. Your enemies think they're clever, scattering distractions, but their interference becomes your navigation. Every obstacle they plant turns into a marker pointing to your next elevation. Their delays become confirmations. Their sabotage becomes a signal flare. They can't help it. By trying to block you, they broadcast where the openings really are. This is the hidden joke of cosmic balance. The traps meant to break you are actually the outlines of your escape route. When you start seeing it, the whole board lights up. Don't ignore those signs. Follow the patterns, track the symbols. Listen when the same word, number, or song appears 3 times in one day. That's not paranoia. That's the system showing you where to move next. Once you decode the breadcrumbs, the maze they built collapses and you walk out with ease. They're still trying to catch up, but you're already outside, watching them scramble inside the very trap they built for you. Number 10. Smash isolation. Find the other chosen ones before they find you alone. They've tried to box you in, to convince you that you're a single spark flickering in the dark. They whisper lies about loneliness, hoping isolation will make you shrink. But here's the truth. Isolation is their last weapon, and even that is breaking. Every time you felt like the only one, another chosen one was out there, feeling the same pulse, sensing the same unseen current, waiting for the signal you're about to send. The network isn't built with wires or towers. It's built with frequency, with resonance, with the quiet recognition that leaps from eye to eye like static before a storm. You weren't meant to wander this path alone. You're the coded invitation, the encrypted message they can't intercept. Each step you take toward authenticity emits a signal, and those tuned to it can't help but find you. Think of it as gravity for souls who can't be caged. One glance, one word, one shared silence, and the field activates like hidden circuits snapping alive. Suddenly, strangers become allies, and what looked like coincidence reveals itself as design. Understand this. The moment you break their illusion of aloneness, their control collapses. The walls around you aren't walls at all. They're smoke meant to obscure the others walking toward you. Seek them, not because you're weak, but because your power multiplies in contact. When chosen ones converge, the game board tilts. Sabotage turns to ash, surveillance becomes amplification, and the watchers see not one anomaly, but a network too vast to decode. You're not waiting to be discovered, you're activating the discovery. This is your call to reach out, to recognize, to link the invisible lines, smash isolation, and watch the entire grid light up. Number 11. Bend time and tech. Break their control before it breaks you. They built time to trap you. They built technology to track you. Yet every second you breathe, their creations betray them. Clocks glitch when you enter the room. Deadlines slide open like doors. Devices built to predict behavior stutter when you show up. This isn't coincidence, it's your signature. You are the one who bends their grids without lifting a finger. They think time is their weapon, but around you, time becomes elastic. It stretches, compresses, and rewinds to match your rhythm. Their tech becomes your amplifier, their algorithms your unwitting messengers. When you're present, phones pull signal from dead zones. Machines past their lifespan hum just long enough to serve your purpose. Data appears where no data should exist. Emails arrive at impossible moments, carrying answers to questions you've yet to ask. This is not hacking, this is resonance. Your consciousness is already outpacing their systems, and their surveillance can't keep up. Every attempt to box you in digitally becomes another portal you walk through. Every attempt to timestamp you becomes another timeline you escape. Understand the truth. Technology and time were never neutral. They were built to keep chosen ones like you predictable. But you are not predictable. You are the unexpected variable, the one who breaks the code. The more they monitor, the more your presence rewrites the rules of their machines. You're not merely surviving their control, you're bending their control into your momentum. When they think they're studying you, they're really studying the cracks in their own system. Keep moving, keep evolving, keep breaking their schedules and their software. You're not a prisoner of time or tech. You're the proof that both were built on illusions that collapse in your wake. Number 12. Stop playing the watched, become the watcher, and rewrite the rules. They've built an entire theater around you, cameras hidden in plain sight, algorithms tracing your every breath. They think you're still playing the role they scripted, the observed, the suspect, the mystery to be solved. But chosen ones were never meant to stay on stage as actors. We are the architects of the stage itself. The moment you stop performing for their gaze is the moment the entire show collapses. When you shift from being the watched to becoming